with a couple gentlemen we need to pass some congratulations on. The statute of limitations has not run out on a tremendous season from UNC Wilmington. Kevin Keatts, Chris Flemmings with us, the gentleman who helped the conference get represented in fine fashion in the NCAA tournament. So I send congratulations to both of you on a marvelous season. Before we look ahead to this season, I got to go back to last year. And I'll start with Chris first. What kind of stood out in your mind last year about the run through the conference tournament and into the NCAA tournament?
Just our determination. We worked hard every game, every practice, and gave it everything we had and stuck together.
What did you see out of it, Kevin? How this team evolved as the season went on?
Well, we grew as a program. I think it showed the country when we played Duke that certainly that our program had gotten better, but it also talked about our conference a lot. When you talk about our conference finishing 9th overall, I think the world got a chance to see how good CAA basketball is.
Now, we should remind people that Kevin is just entering his 3rd season as the head coach at UNC Wilmington, so you accomplished quite a bit in 2 seasons to get the Seahawks into the tournament last year.
Yeah, it was fun, and what happened is, when you take over a program in year 1, you want to try to put your program in. And certainly those guys that were on the team, they bought into what we were trying to teach them, and we won 18 games. And, for us to come back the next year and win 25 games and win the regular season and conference tournament, that meant a lot. And I thought we took a big jump in the program last year.
It certainly helps with Chris averaging over 16 points a game, first-team All-CAA selection. And as the preseason poll comes out, you guys are listed at the top. Chris, is it fun being the team that's now being hunted by everybody?
I definitely think it's fun. It's a great motivation to try to stay there all year, taking no days off, practice, games, anything. So it's always great.
How do you look to improve what you did last year? Where do you want to see your game evolve?
Just working on my defense constantly and becoming more of a leader vocally on and off the court as well.
Now, Chris is one of the 3 starters that return. Denzel Ingram, CJ Bryce is also coming back. Where are you looking for other contributions beyond those 3 I just mentioned?
Well, that's a great question, and I've said this all along. In order for us to have success this year, I think that freshman class, who are now sophomores this year, have to have a great year. I think a young man that has taken a big step for us is Devontae Keatts. He's changed his body. He's playing very good basketball. CJ Bryce, who was all rookie team, as we just talked about, has had one of the best summers of anybody that I've had. So I think if you add those 2 guys in with Denzel and also Chris, then I think we have a chance to be really good this year.
Devontae, I remember, really came on down the stretch and had some really key moments for you guys through the tournament, didn't he?
Yeah, he definitely did. He plays hard every single possession. I just love the energy he plays with.
We all want to, look ahead, but how much value did last year have for this team in terms of the confidence that you can come in with, the overall feeling to know you are among the best?
Confidence is definitely there from a standpoint of you might have off nights, but knowing that how good you can be on any given night is definitely good to keep going.
Does that confidence, can you see that carry over in what you've seen so far this season, Kevin?
Well, we've got leadership, and that's important to me because, when you're building a program and you've got some guys that's returning that has some experience playing in the NCAA, it can go a long ways for you. And with our guys, you can see that they believe in each other.
Do you ever have to remind them that was last year?
Well, we got a rule now that after this media day, we will no longer be able to talk about last year. We got to concentrate on what's happening this year.
Good. Well, we're glad to have this day to enjoy. I mentioned to you before we came on the air, and we thank everyone for joining us here on ESPN3. And also, you can get involved in the conversation on Twitter for the CAA basketball, and hashtag CAA Hoops, and you can use hashtag CAA Hoops for pretty much all of the social media to get involved in everything we're doing today. But I mentioned to you 2 gentlemen before we kind of started, I haven't been down to Trask in quite a long time. And I remember the first time I walked in that place, it was hot and humid and sticky. That's become a real home court advantage, hasn't it?
Well, you know what? I love Trask. When you look at us, the arena hosts 5,100. And we've been, for the last couple of years, we've led the CAA in attendance. And, I think we're building something really special there. We love our home crowd. The community's getting back involved. Our students have been great. And you have to come back. And, you'll love what you see there.
Chris, do you ever notice late in that second half, maybe some of the teams have come up from up north where it's about 20 degrees, kind of going, they're not ready for that humidity down there?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something you have to adjust to, and then having to chase us around all game too.
What about the sense of, we know how North Carolina is such a great basketball state. It must have been great for you guys to really put Wilmington on that map with so many other great schools within the state.
Well, it's a special state. When you look at North Carolina, and everybody thinks about North Carolina, UNC, and they think about Duke, but it's great basketball throughout the state, and we were glad to represent our state by playing in the NCAA, but it's a tremendous fan base. A lot of our fans are NC State or Duke or Carolina fans, and it's beautiful basketball down that way.
What kind of feedback did you get last season from friends, family, things like that?
It was just great. The fans definitely happy to have their support. They came out pretty much every game. They're excited to have UNCW basketball back for sure. And definitely a lot of people who didn't know about UNCW before that definitely know about it now. And
we had to massage a couple things because Chris's mom now, she's a big Duke fan.
Ooh.
And, we had to make sure that before we gave her tickets to the game that she was going to be on UNCW side.
Before I let you go, and I know you're saying today we don't talk about it anymore, but do you kind of go over that Duke game? Because you guys gave them everything and were right there at the very end.
I really don't go over it anymore. I pretty much moved past it and looking forward to the season.
Good. Create your own stamp again this season, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, it was a great game. We enjoyed it. I think I watched the CAA tournament about 2 weeks ago and the Duke game, and only because I wanted to prepare for the things we need to work on for this season.
Well, last year was a terrific season. The CAA preseason poll says it's going to be another good one for UNC Wilmington. Kevin Keatts, Chris Flemmings, thank you so much, gentlemen, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.